safe community, ongoing developments in public safety, law enforcement, and community justice. In Oregon, what happens to individuals who cannot aid and assist in their own defense against criminal charges as a result of their mental health? At this month's local Public Safety Coordinating Council meeting, Jackson County Circuit Court Judge Laura Cromwell and Jackson County Mental Health Programs Manager Doug Houston gave an overview of the program's processes and ways individuals facing mental health challenges can become well enough to aid and assist in their own defense.
In general, what we're talking about is the aid and assist docket, which is the same as fitness to proceed, which is the same as competency. So it's basically your ability, a defendant's ability to aid and assist their attorney in their case. So they must have, number one, a qualifying mental health disorder that makes the defendant unable to, one, understand the nature of the proceedings, two, assist and cooperate with their counsel, or three, participate in the defense of the defendants. So what incompetency is not, and really when we're dealing with dangerousness does not mean that they are incompetent. So somebody can be incredibly dangerous due to a mental health disorder and still be able to aid and assist their attorneys. Severe symptoms by themselves is also not enough. So let's say somebody's quite delusional about certain aspects, which we get sometimes, but really when it comes to the defense and they're able to sit down with their attorney and understand the ins and outs of the criminal justice system, they might actually still be able, even though experiencing delusions. Lack of factual knowledge, again, is also not. We are not, this docket's not aimed at gaining knowledge, but what we're doing is removing the barriers to have that knowledge. Hospitalization for incompetency or guilt fitness to proceed is not the same as guilty except for insanity. And the difference is when somebody comes in and is charged with a case, this part happens first because we have to make sure that they understand the nature of the proceedings. If then they get restored at the state hospital or out in the community, then they can make the decision about whether or not they want to move forward with an insanity case, a guilty except for insanity, but they have to be competent to make that decision. We have two options when somebody is unable to aid and assist their attorney. One is community restoration, which is actually a new thing. The default was the state hospital, but community restoration is being encouraged more and more to get somebody restored in the community. It costs less than the state hospital. State hospital was how much per day? $1,500 per day for a patient. So community restoration means basically we monitor them in the community, try to get them back to the ability to aid and assist their attorney. The other possibility is commitment to the state hospital. State hospital now is not taking any non-person misdemeanors. A lot of the stuff that we see are mental health population committing those lower level crimes. That's not part of it. The types of Oregon State Hospital commitments: civil commitment, both voluntary and involuntary, then aid and assist, which is hands down the most that we've got up there, and then guilty except for insanity. Restoration, what it looks like at the Oregon State Hospital, you have assessments for treatment, you have they're getting medications, therapy, discharge planning, legal skills, rehabilitation services, medical dental services, and then GED classes are also available there. So it makes it sound like a great thing, but that tends to not be what is being pushed currently. So this is 2012 to 2023. The aid and assist population went up 241%. So that's why they changed the makeup of who's going to be allowed up there. And then guilty except for insanity in the same time period went down 4.1%. So total aid and assist cases have nearly doubled since 2020 alone.
So the impact on the state hospital is that the ratio of civilly committed people has turned and now is mostly comprised of these folks who are unable to aid and assist in their own defense. And that has impacted the whole mental health system and stagnated at all levels. But we haven't placed somebody up at the state hospital under a civil commitment in about 4 years now. And we used to have them going frequently. So within the mental health world, there's people who live independently, but then in the sort of funded beds world, there's people at foster homes, mental health foster homes, and we have a lot of those in our county. But it meant that because of things being stagnated at the top, it meant that people weren't able to move down into the lower levels of care when needed and into the upper levels of care when needed. So the behavioral health units have taken a hit. They will hold people much longer than they would historically, and that isn't the best setting for them.
Based on this federal order, Oregon State Hospital is ordered to release people at 90 days on a misdemeanor, 6 months max on a felony, unless you're charged with a Measure 11 crime, then up to 1 year for restoration services. So what happens is that folks are coming back from the state hospital to our jail, not restored. And so we're kind of, in the same places where we began. So the different types of the Oregon State Hospital discharge when it comes to this population. So number one, Oregon State Hospital determines that they don't require hospital level care either because the acuity of their symptoms aren't that bad or they are no longer a public safety risk. The other type of discharge is that their jurisdiction is reached. There's actually one additional type here. They've been restored and they get to come back. And then the other one is that they're never going to be able, or their medication never able.
So from September 2022, when the order went into effect, until December 2023, Oregon State Hospital had filed 52 discharge notices in Jackson County alone. And of those 52, 17 people had their cases dismissed. And usually these are multiple cases. So one person, it was 8 or 9 cases because they couldn't be restored to competency. And some of those had returned from the state hospital, and we tried community restoration, and it still did not work. And so of those 17 with the charges dismissed, 8 of those have since had new criminal cases filed. Those 8 defendants have a total of 9 new cases, 4 of which are felonies, 3 Class C and 1 Class B.
So restoration in the community took a while for me to, become familiar with the literature and get to go to conferences and understand about this whole phenomena. And I came to land on that generally it's treatment as usual for somebody with a mental illness, and if they're stable and able to do well, their knowledge to be able to aid and assist in their own defense is part of what would become intact again for them. I once heard somebody rather simplistically say, if you watch enough episodes of Law and Order, you can aid and assist in your own defense. I'm not sure that's exactly true, but it was funny. I think you can expect with this population to generalize that they need a really long period of engagement before they're going to do well, they're going to trust you, they're going to participate in a meaningful way. And sometimes they're not very interested in doing that.
Major takeaways: not everyone with mental illness does need to go to the state hospital. They don't even necessarily need restoration. But the laws surrounding competency are ever evolving. We do have a lot of statute that has been moving and changing. So there's a lot of new laws regarding all of this dance that we go through. Plus, then you've got the case law side of it that says, we don't care about Oregon case law, this is what you have to do on the federal side of it. People do have criminal cases dismissed because they cannot be restored. It happens, as Shannon said, more often than we like. And there's really there's no silver bullet for addressing these mental health issues. It takes so many different pieces, it takes the state hospital, it takes the complications with substance use disorder and dual diagnosis, with mental health, with personality features, with all this stuff about whether or not we can work with somebody. It's not as simple as sending them to the state hospital, get medicated, done.
Awards and recognition, acknowledging elected officials, Jackson County employees, and community members who model exemplary service and dedication. When you think of the IT department, you probably think of the people at a company who help fix computer issues, right? But IT professionals like Mariah Reibel do so much more than that. Not only does she help keep Jackson County's systems running smoothly, but she continually develops new ways to make things faster, easier, and more reliable. Since 2020, Mariah has served a pivotal role in creating new software that supports the Jackson County website. And now we're honoring her as January's Employee of the Month.
She began working for Jackson County in 2020 as an extra help employee in the Information Technology Department. She quickly distinguished herself as a fast learner with a friendly can-do attitude. In 2021, Mariah was hired as a regular full-time employee as a Programmer Analyst 2 on the IT Applications team, and has assisted in developing the Central Services Help Center on the Jackson County Central website, which county staff utilize on a daily basis. Mariah again demonstrated her star potential by quickly mastering Team Dynamics, it's TDX software, which supports the Help Center on JC Central by integrating it into other county systems. In 2023, she transitioned into her current role as a Programmer Analyst 3. Her responsibilities consist of customizing, automating, and generating reports for the county's core human resources, accounting, and payroll systems. Mariah's rapid career growth is a testament to her keen intelligence and her desire and ability to solve problems. She understands both the big picture and the technical details. Mariah is a versatile, capable professional who brings the question, "How can I help?" to work every day. Both customers and teammates will attest that she is fun to be around, and her enthusiasm, sense of humor, and collaborative spirit makes the IT department a great place to work. I think they're all here in support of that. Mariah, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, congratulations on being selected as a January Employee of the Month, and thank you for your outstanding dedications to the citizens of Jackson County.
Well, congratulations. I know IT is one of the departments that's pretty much unsung until we need you, and then we can't do it without you. And I think you need to be careful when you ask the question, "How can I help?" Because I'm sure you'll get about 100 hands raised, and you've got your day set out for you. But I'm sure you're excellent at handling those, and appreciate you all coming. And we appreciate what you all do because, like I say, it's invaluable to what we do. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Here, and as I was listening to that one paragraph, I realized I have no idea what many of the things that you actually have to do. I was listening to that, I was thinking, well, okay, I know that sounds impressive, but yeah, and I do know that when I turn on my computer, things happen. So thank you very much, and it's wonderful, great to see everybody here to support you. Thanks. And
Yes.
Thanks. I just wanted to say that I'm really happy to have Mariah in our shop because she represents kind of the best and brightest of the next generation of IT pros and IT leaders. She's one of several grads now from SOU's computer science program that we've hired recently, and we're just so glad to have Mariah and her peers joining our team and working for the public good.
And Mariah, you get the final word.
Oh, I will just say thank you for this.
Many people who keep a long career at the same organization tend to move up within their department or area of expertise. But occasionally, you find someone who steps into a completely different role than the one they started in. That's Ron Lundberg's story, who started at the Jackson County Assessor's Office 30 years ago as a cartographer. Then in 2001, transitioned to IT to help digitize nearly 2,000 parcel maps. Now we're honoring him for his 3 decades of hard work and invaluable cross-departmental knowledge.
Ron Lundberg began his career with Jackson County in 1994 as a cartographer in the assessor's office. 5 years later, he transitioned to a senior cartographer position. While in the assessor's office, Ron demonstrated the knack for computers by automating the conversion of over 1,900 parcel maps to a new digital format. That sounds like a fun job. Finding both interest and success in computer automation, Ron transferred to the Information Technology Department in 2001 to work on creating the Front Counter application. Love that application, by the way. I use it all the time. A one-stop portal for real property information known as the Property Data Online, PDO. PDO won a prestigious Geographic Information System Award upon its debut 20 years ago, and it remains a flagship feature of the county's public website today. In an age of rapid technology, obsolescence, the enduring popularity and importance of PDO is a testament to Ron's adaptability and effectiveness as a software developer. As a senior member and programmer analyst of the IT applications team, Ron's measured and thoughtful approach benefits his teammates, his customers, and the public on a daily basis. Ron is a lifetime learner with a variety of outside interests and passions, and enjoys spending time with his 4 children. Ron, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, congratulations on 30 years of continuous service to Jackson County. You've been a devoted and hardworking employee who consistently offers us your best. Thank you for your dedication to the citizens of Jackson County.
The same thing, obviously you can't hold a job. And obviously you like to work more than 40-hour weeks because to get all those things done is incredible. But we're really fortunate to have somebody like you who who's so multitasking and can work those things to make IT fit in a very practical way into the things that the county is responsible for. So thank you for doing that.
And I'll too say just 30 years of experience is just that institutional knowledge is irreplaceable. And I think our citizens benefit by that experience, and our county does as well. And just thank you so much for your dedication and hard work, and decades of work is just impressive anywhere, but that's just amazing, 30 years.
Thank you. Ditto to what you said. And also the comments mentioned your being a lifelong learner, and I would say that in 30 years, he's probably had 15 jobs because the technology keeps changing. And so it's a testament to stick with it for 30 years means that you're constantly evolving, constantly learning, and also a great mentor to this next generation. So, thanks.
And you get to add to it.
Well, just thank you, and it's been a great place to work. It's gotten way more efficient, the county government, as the years I've been here. So the way it's being run now is impressive, and it's just a great place to work. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Over the last 25 years, Jackson County Community Justice has seen a lot of changes in policies, personnel, and practices, but Dina Harris has remained a constant. Since 1998, Dina has served our community, first as a home detention and pre-trial officer, and later as a senior deputy parole and probation officer. And during her time, she's positively impacted the lives of many clients and coworkers. Now we're honoring her for her 2.5 decades of dedicated service, mentorship, and care of our community.
Dina Harris began her career with Jackson County in 1991 as an office assistant with the Community Justice Department. She left the department for a few years to work in human resources in the timber industry. The last time anybody worked in the timber industry, wasn't it? When she returned to the county in 1998, she became a community justice officer working with home detention and pretrial cases. In 2015, Dina joined the Parole and Probation Office as a senior deputy parole and probation officer. Dina is a Jill of all trades, like that, and has done a bit of everything throughout her 25 years with the department. And I was going to ask this question. If you ask Dina, she'll tell you she started in the county when she was 12 because it's the only way she's old enough to be celebrating 25 years of service. My question exactly. Dina is energetic, hardworking, and a supportive team member. Most notably, she has worked the longest in the gender responsive unit than any other probation officer. She was instrumental in the design of the collaborative and in building partnerships with the Oregon Department of Human Services. Dina is often seen holding babies during home visits and providing encouragement as well as parenting guidance to new mothers. She works hard every moment of her workday while still maintaining a balance between her personal and professional life. Difficult to do, I know. She enjoys spending time outdoors and loves spending time with her family. Dina, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, congratulations on 25 years of continuous service to Jackson County. You've been a devoted and hardworking employee who consistently offers us your best. Thank you for your dedication to the citizens of Jackson County.
Thank you.
I just want to add that I know that working where you do, you really got a tough job. And we really appreciate all you do because this is the part of our community that needs a lot of help, most help. So thanks a lot. And congratulations to you. And 12? Really?
Better not investigate that.
Well, I want to say too, congratulations and thank you for 25 years. And I was going to also add on to that 2012. Seen a lot of changes since then. But thank you so much. And I want to read what's on your plaque. It says, Dina Harris, for 25 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Jackson County. Your anniversary date is actually December 24th, apparently 1998. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the residents of Jackson County, hereby expresses appreciation for the faithful and efficient services rendered to the people of this county. Thank you so much.
Dina is such a good and hard worker. She is an asset to our office, and we are very lucky to have you for 25 years and hopefully another 25 more.
And then we'll give Kiki the floor a minute for a few words.
Dina, I just wanted to say I'm sorry that I'm not there in person as you look around wondering where I'm at. We're really proud of you, and I feel honored to have the privilege to work with you, even though it's been a short time. I've known you for years, and I just appreciate all the work that you do. Your dedication and service to Jackson County is incredible, and I am really proud of the work that you do and the work that you provide for our community. So thank you, Dina.
Thank you.
And you get the final 3 bottles.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, thank you. Congratulations again.
Awards and recognition, acknowledging elected officials, Jackson County employees, and community members who model exemplary service and dedication. What would you do if a family member who was driving suddenly became unconscious? It's a rare possibility that teenager Tayan Landers never expected to happen, but it did. And fortunately for himself and his grandmother, his actions saved both of their lives. Now, the Jackson County Board of Commissioners is recognizing Tayan for a heroic and life-saving act that demonstrated his ability to react quickly, calmly, and responsibly under an extremely stressful situation.
On November 15, 2023, at approximately 3:14 p.m., Tayan was traveling as a passenger with his grandmother, driving west on Middle Road near Table Rock Road. With little warning, his grandmother experienced a medical emergency and became unconscious. The vehicle began to accelerate, drifting into other traffic while quickly approaching a busy intersection. Tayan quickly recognized the dangerous situation himself, his grandmother, and other civilians were in and took action. He removed his seatbelt, applied the brakes, and steered the vehicle away from other traffic. He was able to bring the vehicle to a stop prior to entering the intersection and likely avoided a collision. Tayan called 911 and reported the incident to Emergency Communications of Southern Oregon. He was able to calmly and effectively report the emergency, flag down help, and then administer CPR to his grandmother. The 911 dispatcher who took this call was Miss Melissa Brown, and she said that with his ability to focus during a scary situation and his polite demeanor stood out to all involved. Ms. Brown said he was extremely polite, and she firmly believes that Tayan's actions saved his grandmother's life. Deputy William DeKruger said that he was also impressed with Tayan's decision-making abilities and his poise during the incident, despite the chaotic nature of the scene. Tayan's actions that day were beyond his years and showed his ability to think logically and critically under stress. Tayan, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and the citizens of Jackson County, we want to thank you for your actions on November 15, 2023. Without your intervention in the way that you did, it is likely that yourself, your grandmothers, and others could have been seriously injured. I just want to know, though, how did you know how to do this? Did your grandma and you practice this maneuver before? Or do you watch a lot of, like, Jack Reacher and James Bond?
My dad over there, he's like a health instructor. He used to be a health instructor, so he's taught me a lot of the stuff that I know.
Well, very impressive to be able to do it under that kind of stress.
Thank you.
If I'm ever in trouble, I know who to call. Great job.
Yeah, Tayan, I just want to also say, what an incredible, it's not just a story. I mean, it's a story to all of us, but an occurrence that you lived through. And it's just, for anybody at any age to be able to handle everything as you did is just incredible. But I've got 16-year-old grandkids. I'm going to tell them, this is what I want you guys to do when you're with me. So thank you and congratulations on behalf of all the citizens. I think what a incredible example you are to all of us and an amazing citizen of our county. So thank you very much. And I'm going to turn over to Sheriff Sickler. I'll give you the Heroic and Life-Saving Act plaque on behalf of Jackson County and turn this over to Sheriff Sickler.
You know, it's pretty amazing what you did. We're proud of you, and what you did is beyond your years for sure. Clear thinking and way to stay calm in a chaotic event. We don't see a lot of people be able to do that, and so we're very proud of you. Thank you for what you did, and you likely saved a bunch of people from either injury and or death, to include your very special grandmother right here with you today. So thank you for that. I also have a coin for you.
Oh.
So this is a sheriff's coin. This is a life-saving coin. So I give that out for only a few things: life-saving, bravery, or other things, 20 years of service. So good job. And we have with us today the dispatcher who took your call, Melissa, and then Deputy DeKruger as well. So you guys want to say a couple words?
I am just so pleased to meet you. I've been a dispatcher for almost 14 years now, and your call has made me want to do this for another 14. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Tan, they hit it on the head prior with all their comments, but when I showed up there, you had a determined look in your eye that you were going to save your grandma and make a difference. And from that moment, I was like, this is an amazing, a young man. And I was very proud to be you and help you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I just want to give a huge shout out and thanks to the Jackson County and all them, and the dispatchers and all that came in to help save her and I. And I just am incredibly grateful for all the work that you guys put in and help save our lives. So thank you.
I just want to say that I love this amazing young man, and thank you for saving my life and so many others. And thanks to everyone that assisted and helped that day and my recovery in the hospital. And I'm just totally amazed with all the support I've received, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this close-up look at the stories that matter most to you. We hope you feel a little more connected to the people and places that make Jackson County such a special place to live.